Hello everyone, my name is Noah, and in today's video, I'm going to do another grocery store price comparison. I'll be comparing the prices from Cub and HyVee. A while ago, I did an Aldi and a Trader Joe's price comparison, so there's going to be some similarities with that video when I say here that I'm in the Midwest, so these two stores are two very popular grocery store chains here in the Midwest. And the goal of my video here is not going to be like shaming which store is more expensive by any means, but I want to show where can you go to save money, or maybe we'll find out that they are very similar in price. So I'll be buying the same items from both grocery stores, and I'll get into my full grocery list here. I'll be buying a half gallon of milk, a bag of chips, raspberries, blueberries, a loaf of bread, a bottle of ranch, a bag of lettuce, deli meat, beef, chicken, almonds, a bag of cheese, and a frozen pizza. So there are two rules that I'm going to follow. The first rule is going to be buying the same thing from both stores, not only the food wise, but I'm talking like if I buy Lay's chips at one store, I'm going to buy Lay's chips at the other store. In my last video at Trader Joe's, this was like impossible, but with Cub and HyVee, this will be easy. And then my second rule is going to be going to both stores on the same day. This is to avoid any sort of market fluctuation. For example, when it comes to chicken, the prices change when it comes to chicken. So going to both stores today would get as accurate of a price comparison as possible with the current market. With that all being said, I'm going to head to the first store, and also luckily for me, the Cub and the HyVee are actually across the street from each other, so I think it'll also be like an even better price comparison. It's literally two stores across the street from each other, so let's see how this goes. All right, I'm going to start shopping at Cub Foods, and then like I said, just across the street is HyVee. Okay, I think I'm going to implement a new rule, and that is going to be buying generic brands when possible, because again, the whole point of this is to save money, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab some generic branded stuff. All right, I got my Cub Foods, and we are now at HyVee. Let's head inside and get shopping. Okay, I have completed shopping at HyVee. Time to head home and let's do a price comparison. All right, I'm going to start off by showing some of the receipts here. So here is the Cub receipt with today's date. And then here is the HyVee receipt with today's date as well. So let's hop into it item by item and we'll do the price comparison. So starting us off, we have the wavy chips. The everyday essential brand is Cub, and then the other brand over here is just plain and simple HyVee brand. So yeah, we got both of the generic branded chips. And here we have 2 bags of roasted salted almonds, the everyday essential again, Cub over here, and then HyVee over here. Got 2 bottles of the generic light ranch, 2 loaves of white bread, Cub and HyVee. Okay, we got a pound of 93.7 ground beef from both stores. This is Cub, this is HyVee. I don't know if Cub had like any sort of generic brand or not. At least I didn't see it at first, but I did get a generic looking branded one from HyVee. We have our 2 bags of shredded iceberg lettuce. We got Cub over here and HyVee over here. And then 2 bags of sharp cheddar shredded cheese. And then 2 half gallons of skim milk. And then I did find the same brand of chicken breasts. I don't really know which one is which, but I'll just go ahead and say this is going to be the Cub price on this side and the HyVee price on this side. I'll just keep that trend going. And then 1 pound each of the generic oven roasted turkey breast. We got 6 ounces each for Driscoll raspberries. And then not the same brand for blueberries, but we do have the Cub blueberries, 1 pint, and then HyVee blueberries, also 1 pint though. And then the last but not least, we have the sausage and pepperoni frozen pizzas. All right, a side note that I forgot about, I want everyone to know that this food is my legit grocery shopping list as well. So like I will be eating all of this, just so everyone knows. It's a small pet peeve of mine thinking that food YouTubers probably throw away a lot of their food, but I don't want to be that type of person. So what we've now been waiting for here, the final price at Cub Foods came out to be $61.37, and the final price at HyVee ended up being $54.78. So HyVee is the, I guess, more cost-effective store. Hopefully I did my math right here, but the price differential then is $6.59, or HyVee is cheaper by about 10.7%. When I'm looking at the receipts here though, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can really say like conclusively like, oh wow, like HyVee is more cost effective. Cause like the reality is I got raspberries on sale for 99 cents, whereas at Cub, they had it at full price and they were $4.99. So with that being said, like 66% of my savings just came from the fact that HyVee happened to have raspberries on sale. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I could conclude anything from this. So I would say just pay attention to your store sales, because if HyVee has a sale going on, maybe Cub has a sale going on, whatever the case might be, whatever item you're trying to buy, pay attention to that, because in the end, I think that's what it really comes down to, is at least when it comes to these two stores. If one store has some food items on sale, definitely shop there. It's probably definitely worth it. You'll see the savings overall. Sorry, I can't really say there's a definitive answer here, but honestly, like I said, just be on the lookout for those grocery store sales, because in the end, that's really what's going to add things up for you. So yeah, thank you for watching. I look forward to making another price comparison video in the future.